Have you ever really looked, truly observed the houses that line the tracks? As you travel across the United Kingdom, speeding through towns and countryside, do you notice the subtle shifts in architecture? The journey isn't just through landscapes of rolling hills and bustling cities, but through a living tapestry of architecture and history, woven into the very fabric of the buildings themselves. Each brick, each stone, tells a story. Cross from England into Scotland, that invisible line that separates two distinct cultures, and you'll notice a shift, a change in the very character of the buildings. The warm, reddish-orange English bricks, so characteristic of the southern landscape, gradually give way to the cool greys and buffs of Scottish stone. The landscape itself seems to dictate the palette. This isn't just about aesthetics, about what looks pleasing to the eye. It's a deeper story, a tale etched in geology, shaped by climate and brought to life by the people who built these places, generation after generation. In England, especially the South and Midlands, where the sun seems to linger a little longer, houses are built from slim, vibrant clay bricks, bricks that seem to absorb and radiate the warmth of the sun. A cheerful orange, reminiscent of sunsets and cozy hearths, or a deep red, the color of rich earth and ancient traditions, radiating a sense of comfort and warmth, a welcoming embrace against the often grey skies. In Scotland, where the landscape is rugged and the weather can be unforgiving, homes are often built from thicker, more substantial materials, more formidable bricks that stand defiant against the elements, or local stone, quarried from the very hills and mountains that surround them, their grey appearance giving a sense of resilience, of enduring strength against the test of time. Why the difference? What dictates this change in building style? It's a story of local resources, of using what the land provides, tradition passed down through generations of builders, and the ever-present influence of weather. The choice of material, the very essence of the building, is a direct response to the environment, a practical and beautiful adaptation to the challenges and opportunities presented by nature, ultimately shaping regional identity, creating a unique architectural fingerprint. These aren't just walls, mere barriers against the outside world. They're chronicles of place, silent witnesses to history, telling us about the ground beneath our feet, the very geological foundations upon which these homes are built. The sky above, the ever-changing weather patterns that shape daily life, and the skilled hands that shape them. The craftsmen and builders who poured their heart and soul into creating these lasting structures. Next time you wander a British city or stroll through a quiet village, pause and consider the humble brick, the seemingly insignificant stone, its color, a reflection of the earth from which it came, shape, carefully molded and precisely placed, and material, each element revealing a captivating story waiting to be discovered. It's a story written, quite literally, into the landscape in stone, hewn from the mountains and valleys, and clay, baked in fire, and transformed into enduring symbols of home. The quintessential English house is built of red brick, a reality rooted in the country's geology. Southern and eastern England are rich in clay, perfect for making slim rectangular bricks with a signature reddish-orange hue from iron oxide. The Great Fire of London in 1666 led to regulations mandating brick or stone, cementing brick's status as the safe, reliable choice. The Industrial Revolution made bricks cheaper and more uniform, fueling the rise of terraced houses for workers. Slim bricks dry quickly in England's damp but mild climate, and their size makes construction efficient. Regional variations like Accrington's cherry reds or Staffordshire's blue bricks tell local stories. The English red brick is more than a building block. It's a symbol of industrial and geological heritage. Cross into Scotland and the architecture changes. Here, the land is granite, sandstone and slate, not soft clay. Edinburgh and Glasgow were built from local stone, creating a culture of masonry and enduring materials. When industry demanded speed, Scotland turned to cement blocks, larger, thicker and grey, echoing the stone tradition. The climate, colder, wetter, windier, favoured thick, dense walls for protection. These buildings look strong because they need to be. Their stoic facades are testament to resilience. The grey of Scottish housing isn't drabness, but strength and pragmatism. Whether historic sandstone or post-war cement, the material choice reflects a unique relationship with the land. It's a story of endurance, building with substance, and creating shelter as formidable as the landscape itself. Scottish homes are monuments to adaptation and skilled stonemasonry. Do different bricks make homes warmer in winter? It's a question that many homeowners ponder as the colder months approach. The answer is more complex than it seems. It's not as simple as saying one type of brick is inherently warmer than another. Several factors come into play. The outer brick or stone isn't the main insulator. It's more of a protective layer against the elements. Both are dense materials, which means they let heat travel through relatively easily. Think of them as conductors rather than insulators. The real insulation comes from the cavity wall, the unsung hero of home warmth. This consists of two layers with a gap, which is now commonly filled with insulating material like foam or mineral wool. This creates a thermal barrier. A well-insulated cavity wall in a red brick terrace can make a significant difference in retaining heat. In fact, it can be as warm as a grey stone tenement, showcasing the power of effective insulation. The outer layer is the building's raincoat. It protects against wind and rain, keeping the structure dry. But real thermal performance, the ability to keep the heat in and the cold out, happens inside the wall within that insulated cavity. In older solid wall buildings where cavity walls are absent, the story is a little different. In those cases, thick stone did offer better insulation than thin brick, simply due to the sheer mass of the material. But in most modern homes, where energy efficiency is a priority, warmth depends on a combination of factors. The effectiveness of cavity insulation, the quality of double glazing in the windows, and the depth of loft insulation. These are the key players. Ultimately, it's not the color or thickness of the brick that determines how warm your home is. The story of warmth is really a story of what's hidden behind the facade, the unseen layers of insulation working tirelessly to keep you comfortable. Picture an English city street. Rows of terraced houses, an icon of urban life. Terraces were the answer to the 19th century population, boom efficient, quick to build and space-saving. Shared walls saved materials and even shared warmth, creating uniform, ribbon-like streetscapes. Life was lived in close proximity, with front doors on the pavement and back gardens divided by low walls. Terraces weren't just for workers. Grand Georgian and Victorian terraces housed the affluent too. The principle remained efficient use of space, fostering community. Today, terraced houses are still beloved, adaptable, and a direct link to England's industrial past. They're more than houses. They're linear communities, shaped by industry and shared experience. The terrace is a physical manifestation of a history built on density and connection. In Glasgow or Edinburgh, housing rises vertically. Welcome to the Scottish tenement. Tenements are blocks of flats, often 4 or 5 stories, built from sandstone or cement. They were a response to limited city space, building upwards to house growing populations. A single entrance leads to a shared stairwell with spacious flats and communal back courts. Thick stone walls provide sound insulation and a sense of security. Life in a tenement is communal. Shared spaces foster close-knit communities. Many tenements have survived and are now sought-after homes, prized for their solid construction and central locations. The tenement is a symbol of Scottish urban identity, community, resilience, and a pragmatic approach to city life. The difference between English terraces and Scottish tenements comes from how cities grew. English cities expanded outwards, favouring low-rise terraces as land was plentiful. In Scotland, cities like Edinburgh were hemmed in by geography, leading to building upwards, tenements. The Few system encouraged high-density, multi-family dwellings. Regulations reinforced these trends. London's post-fire rules favoured brick terraces, while Scottish laws standardised tenement features. These legal and economic frameworks shaped the very look of our cities. Today, Manchester's endless terraces and Glasgow's sturdy tenements are living legacies of these choices. The layout and height of our homes are deliberate products of history, law, and geography. Our streets tell the story of two nations' solutions to housing their people. The story of building materials is always evolving. The 20th century brought new materials, prefab homes, concrete, and pebble dash, changing the face of UK housing. Recently, there's renewed appreciation for traditional materials, but used in modern ways: sleek grey bricks, timber cladding, glass and metal. In Scotland, new buildings use panels that mimic sandstone or sustainable timber, blending heritage with innovation. Sustainability and energy efficiency now drive material choices more than ever. Our homes are in constant dialogue with the past and future, layered with new technology and priorities. The choice of materials is global but still carries a local accent. whether English red or Scottish grey. Our houses are far more than just simple shelter. They are reflections of ourselves, extensions of our personalities, and silent storytellers of our lives. They mirror our history, echoing the architectural styles and building practices of bygone eras. Each brick, each window, each doorway whispers tales of the past. They also reflect our environment, adapting to the climate and landscape and catering to our ever-evolving needs. From bustling city centres to quiet countryside villages, homes are shaped by their surroundings. The English red brick terrace tells of gentle landscapes, a testament to the readily available clay and the picturesque countryside that inspired its design. It also speaks of industrial innovation born from the need to house a rapidly growing workforce during the Industrial Revolution. And it embodies the ideal of the individual home, a space to call one's own, a sanctuary from the outside world. It's a nation that grew outwards, expanding into suburbs and new towns, driven by the desire for more space and a better quality of life. This expansion created ribbons of community stretching across the landscape, unified by the common thread of clay brick construction. The Scottish tenement, built of sturdy stone or resilient cement, stands as a testament to a different set of circumstances. It speaks of rugged land, where natural resources like stone were abundant and a harsh climate that demanded durable and weather-resistant structures. It also reflects a history of communal living where shared spaces and close-knit communities were essential for survival and support. Its walls are monuments to endurance and pragmatism, built to withstand the test of time and the elements, reflecting the resilience of the Scottish people. These tenements fostered neighbourliness through shared spaces like stairwells and courtyards, creating a sense of community and mutual support. These choices, made centuries ago by builders, planners, and residents alike, continue to resonate in the present day. They still shape our lives and cities today, influencing the way we live, interact, and experience our surroundings. The materials, clay baked into the familiar red brick and stone quarried from the earth and shaped by skilled hands, are the very essence of place, reflecting the unique geology and natural resources of each region. These materials are transformed into a cultural landscape, a tapestry woven from history, geography, and human ingenuity. Understanding these differences, the nuances in building materials and architectural styles, reveals the deep currents of history and geography that are shaping these two distinct nations within the British Isles. So look beyond the front door, beyond the surface appearances, and see the story etched in the walls, the silent narratives that unfold with each passing year. Discover the geology embedded in the brick, the ancient origins of the materials that form our homes. Uncover the history reflected in the height, the evolution of building practices and urban planning. Each building is a chapter in a larger narrative, a collective biography of a community, a city, and a nation. It's a testament to how we create homes that express who we are, reflecting our past, shaping our present, and influencing our future.